Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
It's the North Dakota All-Star Gathering on your live event, as we'll cover the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 2nd and 3rd.
This will be hit and over the shortstop Berg into left center field. A run comes in to score with Alexander Rapp.
Optimus Volleyball Series June 16th and 17th.
Blue outside Linsinger with another hammer.
Plus, the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 14th and 15th.
Baldwin finds Wick. Wick open, three-pointer coming. Yes, sir!
For more information, go to yourliveevent.com.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Did you know that there are several different types of crop hail insurance policies? Hi, this is Bethany Rentz, crop insurance agent with IRE Insurance. We at IRE Insurance want to help you select a hail policy that will best protect your crops and bottom line from a hailstorm. Give us a call today to schedule a time to meet with an IRE Insurance agent. For our contact information, go to our website at ireins.com.
You're protected and appreciated at IRE.
IRE Insurance is an equal opportunity provider.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
The Rumble on the Red, presented by Ellingson Companies and Gerdau Metals Recycling, is coming to West Fargo, North Dakota. The World of Outlaws and Awesome Energy Drink Sprint Cars come to the Red River Valley Speedway on Saturday, May 31st. Tickets are available now at slspromotions.com or by calling 815-344-2023.
Event.com. This is our IRE Insurance pregame show here today. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service that you deserve at IRE Insurance. They cover it all from home, crop, commercial, and benefits insurance. Go to IREinsurance.com to get a free quote started today. Taking a look at the sites here at Starion Bank Field in Fargo, and we recap what happened yesterday for Northern Cass and the Lisbon Broncos. Both teams winning in 5. Northern Cass defeated Enderlin by a final of 11-0 in that game. 3 RBIs by Carter Waits and 3 RBIs by Chris Hoyland, picking up the win. For 4 innings of work was Cody Waits, and Parker Anderson finished off the 5th inning. Weston Clausen picked up the loss for the Enderlin Eagles, and Cole Fury pitched 3 innings in relief for Enderlin. 11-0 Northern Cass picked up the win. And then for the Lisbon Broncos in their matchup in the 4-5 game against the Oak Grove Grovers, came out on top with a 10-run rule as well in 5 innings by a final of 13-3. Jordan Bittner had 3 runs driven in alongside with Colton Johnson for the Lisbon Broncos. Jackson Hoffer went the distance, 5 innings of work, 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 that were earned in the win for the Lisbon Broncos. Oliver picked up the loss for the Oak Grove Grovers in that one. Also, some of the other matchups yesterday in terms of the finals and the results. that have came through on the bottom half of the bracket. Kindred was able to match up and defeat the Oaks Tornadoes 11-1, and Central Cass came back to beat the Ball Stars by a final of 7-6. So later today, games scheduled here on yourliveevent.com. The first one here with Lisbon and Northern Cass at 11 o'clock here this morning, top of the hour. Second game roughly at around 1 o'clock here in the afternoon for the second on the winners bracket. Loser out games later today scheduled at 3 o'clock, Enderlin and Oak Grove, and then the Ball Stars and Oaks will be going later today at 5 o'clock as well. So that's what happened yesterday. Schedule is resumed again on Saturday. Tomorrow, the schedule of the Southeast Regional Track and Field meet in Castleton. Then everything gets going here at Starion Bank Field on Saturday for 4 games at 11 o'clock in the morning. Again, that's barring Mother Nature and what they might or might not move around depending on how the next 24 hours, 48 hours, and truthfully just how many games we can get in here today in Fargo. The hope is we can get in all 4 just to get one round closer, and also if we get all 4 games in, we will go from then 8 teams to 6 teams remaining here in the Region 1 baseball tournament. This is our pregame show again, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. When we come back after this, we'll get you ready for the matchup. Take a look at what happened earlier this season between the Broncos and the Jags. That's all ahead of our opening pitch and the starting lineups here today on yourliveevent.com.
With name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Plus, Watts Ace Hardware has a key cutting and paint mixing section for your own do-it-yourself projects. From their grill selection with Traeger, Blackstone, Weber, and the Big Green Egg to their customer laser engraving center, Watts Ace Hardware is a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware. Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
You don't have to go alone. I will bring you through the storm. I will lift you up. No, you're not on your own. I will be the light that carries you through the storm. I will lift you up.
The Northern Cass Booster Club is here for all Jaguar students from academics, arts, athletics, and co-curricular activities throughout the school year. You can find more information or become a Northern Cass Booster Club member today by scanning the QR code on screen now or follow the Northern Cass Booster Club on Facebook for updates throughout the year, or simply search for the Northern Cass Booster Club page on the Northern Cass School website. Go Jags!
As our coverage of the Region 1 baseball tournament continues here on our pregame show today, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Game number 1 will meet and match up the number 4 seed of the Lisbon Broncos against the number 1 seed of Northern Cass. For Northern Cass, they made it all the way to the championship last year, falling in extras in 8 to the Central Cass Squirrels by a final of 4-3. Central Cass has won 4 straight Region 1 championships here, so someone's trying to knock off the defending champs. The Ball Stars nearly did it yesterday in Castleton, but here today, that'll be the next matchup with Central Cass and Kindred again, our first 2 on the winners bracket. So the Central Cass Squirrels, until someone beats them, again, is the defending champs. And speaking of defending champs, Thompson Tommies, they've won 3 straight state titles in Class B. They played in 7 of the last 8 state championships. They'll be the number 1 seed again going to the Region 2 baseball tournament, which will be at Mayville State beginning on Saturday. We'll have coverage of that on yourliveevent.com. Also have coverage of the Southeast Track and Field Regional tomorrow in Castleton, and the same for the softball tournament that will be going on in Castleton as well. As our umpiring crew comes out here for this one, we'll have the exchange of the lineups with Coach Bittner and the same with Coach Johnson here in a moment. Then we'll get to the starting lineups and the opening pitch here today as well on yourliveevent.com. Simply go to our website or check out the complete bracket of schedule and games for what we have coming up on the docket on Your Live Event. Earlier this season, in a matchup between Lisbon and Northern Cass in a Regional encounter back on April the 10th, Northern Cass picked up a 11-1 win over the Lisbon Broncos in that particular game for the Jags. Jacob Ossie went 5 innings of work. Matt Metzger came in relief for 2 innings of work. Picking up the loss was Colton Johnson for the Lisbon Broncos in Northern Cass's 2-1 win in that matchup. A couple of errors that hindered the Lisbon Broncos. Also this season between the Jags and the Broncos, as we take a look at some of the other matchups here on the year, Northern Cass was able to come out and pick up a 8-0 win against the Broncos as well in their most recent meeting back on May the 1st in a Region 1 counter. In that contest, Parker Anderson with a 3 RBI performance. Trey Huzar had 2 runs driven in, and Huzar picked up the win on the mound. 6 innings of work, 12 strikeouts, 3 walks on 2 hits. Jackson Hoffer picked up the last 5 innings of work, 6 hits, 6 runs that were earned. Lisbon Broncos were shut out. And talking with Coach Bittner from earlier this season, they feel like they got a good club that can compete with just about anybody here in the region. It's just about manufacturing runs when the opportunities are given. While for Northern Cass, this has been a team that's been knocking on the door the last couple of years. Can they finally break through and make themselves to a state tournament? All roads lead to Newman Outdoor Field on the north side of Fargo. That'll be May 29th through May the 31st again for the state tournament. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll put a bow on our pregame show after this here on yourliveevent.com.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
Farmers, are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460.
As we're inching closer to the opening pitch here today, as you can tell from our center field camera, a little bit of wind making its way through, but not too blustery from what we've had in recent days here in the Red River Valley and the Fargo-Moorhead area. You get your tan on when it's 90 degrees, and you're going to bundle up the next 2 days to get down to 40 potentially here. So we'll see what Mother Nature has in store. Simply go to our website, yourliveevent.com. As you can see, the camera just continuing to tour a little bit out there in center field. So what we'll have coming up here will be the first pitch. The Lisbon Broncos will be the visitors. For teams coming and fans coming to the Ball Diamond, if your team is the lower seed, they will be batting leadoff. The higher seed will bat last and have the home opportunity here in this particular contest. So that is what's coming up here on the docket in just a few moments. The Lisbon Broncos in their red uniforms, the white numerals outlined here in that gold, while for the opposite side, Northern Cass with their all blacks, Northern Cass in cursive across the front in gold with the white numerals here in this one. Our umpiring crew, Dave Clunt up the third baseline, Gareth Hansen up the first baseline. Mr. Farkas will be calling balls and strikes here in this one. As we get to our starting lineups here today on our pregame show, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance, let's take a look at the Lisbon Broncos here as they make their way up to the third base line. They'll go like this. Cam Cordero, the junior shortstop. Eli Lyons, the junior catcher. Jordan Bittner will be the junior pitcher here today. Jaden Howard, the senior left fielder, with Colton Johnson, the senior first baseman. Elliot Welter, the senior center fielder, with Cruz Ranke, the freshman designated hitter. Jackson Hoffer, the senior right fielder. Jacob Lyons, the senior second baseman. And then Rylan Moss, the freshman third baseman. Again, Ranke DHing, so Moss will be playing in the infield at third base here today in this one. So Cordero, Lyons, Bittner, that's Eli. Howard, Johnson, Welter, Ranke, Hoffer, and Jacob Lyons with Rylan Moss here today for head coach Brad Bittner and the Lisbon Broncos. Lisbon 17-10 so far here on the season. Now for Northern Cass, head coaches Sam Johnson. They have a record of 22-3 on the year here for the Jags. They'll go like this. On the bump will be Matthew Metzger, the senior pitcher. Jacob Ossie, the senior second baseman. From there, Trey Huzar, the senior center fielder, batting third. In the cleanup spot, Carter Waitson, the senior catcher. And then you have Chris Hoyland, the junior shortstop. Hoyland again will be batting fifth. Sam Clement, the senior first baseman, will be batting sixth. Matthew Hoppy, the junior third baseman, batting seventh. Parker Anderson, the junior designated hitter, batting eighth, followed by Gage Hansen, the junior right fielder. He'll be in the field, on the outfield here today at right. And then Cody Wadeson will be in left field here today for Northern Cass. Again, Cody Wadeson out in left field. So Metzger, Ossie, Huzar, Carter Wadeson batting cleanup, Hoyland, Clement, Hoppy, Anderson, Hansen, and Cody Wadeson out in left field. That is our starting lineups here on YourLiveEvent.com. We come back after this. We'll get to the opening pitch. That is next.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 201 Main Street, Hunter.
It's time to hit the ground with summer lawn and gardening projects, and Mayport Hardware is here to help. Stop by the greenhouse and browse the wide selection of flowers to liven up your yard. From the outdoor power tools of mowers, tillers, and trimmers to the lawn care essentials of seeds, fertilizers, and top-tier gardening tools, let Mayport Hardware transform your yard to where the grass is greener. Come visit Tim, Sue, and the staff at Trail County's Hardware Hank on Main Street in Mayville.
The World of Outlaws late models return to the Norman County Raceway, Ada, Minnesota, June 28th. Ada Building Center LLC start to finish showdown. Presented by R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Enjoy the experience. Nationwide top 10 experience last year. Let's make it number one this year. World of Outlaws late models. Ada Building Center LLC start to finish showdown. Presented by R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Tickets now available. ncraceway.com.
That does it for our pregame show here today, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. You can go to IrieInsurance.com to get a free quote started today. Chase Miller with you here for our first of 4 games that we have for the Region 1 baseball tournament. Again, all of them you can watch right here on YourLiveEvent.com. All 4 today, all 4 scheduled for Saturday. Then we'll see how many we have in store following that Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday is the championship, if necessary, game for the second. Monday would be going from 3 teams to 2 with the championship game number 1. And if the team that has yet to lose wins that championship, as did Central Cass last year, we would not need Tuesday then to play 1 game. But that's how it goes here today on YourLiveEvent.com. Northern Cass already with 2 pitchers that have thrown here in the tournament. Cody Wadeson, 72 pitches. Parker Anderson with 25. Lisbon Broncos with Jackson Hoffer with 78 pitches through so far here in this particular tournament. You get 3 appearances. We'll get through that as the respective baseball in terms of pitch count and everything makes its way through upcoming here throughout the tournament. But let's get now to our first pitch, which is brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway here in this one. Our first pitch. You can check out the World of Outlaw late models in June on the 28th in Ada, or check out the Red River Valley Speedway with a little bit of the World of Outlaws with Donnie Schatz and Company coming on May the 31st and August the 23rd. To check out Donnie Schatz and the crew in West Fargo, go to RedRiverValleySpeedway.com. That's RedRiverValleySpeedway.com. To check out the World of Outlaw late models, go to June 28th in Ada at NormanCountyRaceway.com. Opening pitch on the way. This one is in there for a strike at 11:05, and we're off and running here at Starry on Bank Field. Cordero with Lyons and Bittner here again is our umpiring crew in this one. It's now 1-1 on the way here for Cam Cordero in the box going up against Metzger. This one will miss out of the zone. It's now 2-1 as we take a look at our center field camera, playing through some of the wind conditions as well as the center fielder, left fielder, and right fielder will have to do so. A few days ago out in Kindred for softball, the wind that was coming through there really had a little bit of a tail and a spin on it, and this one will be a 5-pitch walk for Cordero. So Cordero will get a board for the first base runner of the game, and there's a runner at first here for the Lisbon Broncos as we will go back and forth between both the center field cam and the main cam here at the press box in this one. On the Bank North scoreboard, Cordero gets the opening base runner of the game here for the Broncos. Eli Lyons, the junior catcher, now coming in, as working from the stretch will be Metzger as he looks back. The runner looking to bunt. This one is pumped in the air and making a sliding play. Oh, what a play by the pitcher in Metzger. One pitch, one down, and Eli Lyons is retired. Metzger, he likes the surface here of the turf on the infield. All turf in the infield here at Starry on Bank Field, and he was able to, if it was a little rain out there, that would have been a slip and slide. But regardless, Metzger with a sensational play for one down now with the runner on first, as Carter waits and gets his catcher's gear all situated, and will continue to go. So far for Metzger, he has thrown 6 pitches. This will be pitch number 7 as Jordan Bittner digs in here for the Lisbon Broncos. Bittner, a dangerous batter here for Lisbon, as this one misses outside for a ball. It's now 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes on the way to the number 3 batter here for the Lisbon Broncos. Got Cordero on, and a guy that can do some damage on the base pass. Clement holding him on as they have the pick throw not in time. 315 down the right field line. 315 down the left field line as well. Starts to jettison out 355 to left center and right center, as this one is going to be hit for a double play opportunity. That'll go 6-4-3. Hoyland, Osi to Clement, and Bittner is retired as the Jags flashed a leather a little bit here in the top of the first inning as we make our way to the bottom of the first. There were no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We played a half inning. Lisbon scoreless. Northern Cast coming to the plate.
Safe to say we have it pretty good in the Drayton, North Dakota area. Growing sugar beets, making sugar, bringing a little sweetness to the world. Every day, American Crystal Sugar produces sweet products people love in a place we love to call home. It's a thing we like to call the sweet life, and we're proud to share it with you. American Crystal Sugar's Drayton facility has recently started offering a $4 per hour shift differential for rotating shifts. Go to AmericanCrystalCareers.com for more information.
Take your softball or baseball skills to the next level with personalized instruction from the professional staff at the Ball Yard. Their mission is to provide area players, young and old, the opportunity to improve their skills in a professional level facility and to provide a high level of instruction to youth players to help them achieve their goals at the Ball Yard. Come and visit the one place in the Fargo-Moorhead area where it's always summer. For more information, go online to fmballyard.com. That's fmballyard.com.
Bottom of the first inning on the Bank North scoreboard. It is a 0-0 contest here. Lisbon, if you're just joining us, got their leadoff runner aboard with Cordero via the walk. And then they were trying to bunt him over, and a really nice play by the pitcher in Metzger to make a sliding catch in foul territory up the first base dugout side. Made the catch, and then on 2 pitches, able to get Bittner to ground into a 6-4-3 twin killing. So we go to the bottom of the first inning. Northern Cast top third of the lineup. Metzger, Osi, and Huzar here for the Jags. The Jags have been knocking on the door in recent years of trying to make it to state, most recently in 2016 for Northern Cast. Central Cass, again, winners of 4 straight. No year when it came to COVID season in terms of a team making it to the state tournament. And then Kindred, the Vikings have been a team that's had quality runs as well in 2017, 2015, 14, 12, and 11 here when it came for Kindred, and at times co-oping with Kindred Richland during that tenure. But for the good past decade, it's kind of felt like it's been Central Cass, Northern Cass, and Kindred. You have sprinkled in Oak Grove here and there, making a deep run as well later into the regional. 8 teams this season instead of 7. 8 teams scheduled again for next year. And then from that, Central Cass will be making their way to the EDC here in a couple of years. So we'll go back to more than likely 7 unless they redistrict the regional lines, as this one is swung on and missed. Jordan Bittner will see this here going up against Metzger. It's now 0-1. Here's the pitch. This one foul back. Now it's going to be 0-2. That's the one thing that Bittner's been able to do. A nice fastball, can mix it up with a little breaking ball action and trying to get the hitters off balance at particular times throughout the course of the season. The 0-2, there's that curve, and that'll be out of the zone. It's now 1-2. If you can locate the curveball and have a quality fastball, you can do some things when it comes to high school baseball. That's just about maybe adding a third pitch. But if you can locate those two just like that, a high fastball, Metzger is retired, and there's one down. You can be a decisive pitcher here when it comes to Class B and Class A baseball. Starry on Bank Field, home of Fargo Post 400. They've done a lot of work into it the last couple of years and able to be rewarded with hosting the Central Plains Regional here coming up this summer and as well in a couple of years from now. And we've been able to see this team in its infancy compared to maybe some other Legion programs make its way to the Central Plains Regional in 2021 and come away as champs and go down to North Carolina. That one misses out of the zone. It's now 2-0. As Bittner falls behind in the count here against OC. Now it's going to be 3-0. Huzar due up next, and Carter Waitson in the cleanup spot here for Northern Cass. 3 balls, no strikes here for the right-handed Bittner. Bittner will have to work now. This one will be a 4-pitch walk, as OC will take first base. And Northern Cass has a base runner on here in the first inning, as did Lisbon with a walk. Broncos had a leadoff walk. Northern Cass with a 1-out walk. One thing that Sam Johnson does have on his team this season for the Jags, and they've had it for a good chunk of the last couple of years. They've had speed guys who can get up and down the lineup. As this one is going to be grounded, Bittner will take it a second, throws across a diamond, not in time. Lisbon was trying to get a twin killing as well. Going into second base was OC to try to break it up. Huzar reaches base on a fielder's choice. And there's 2 down. Bittner did a good job as he bobbled it for a second, but it carried with him towards second base with the momentum. Then he was able to just hop on second, and he nearly got the runner in Huzar, who was hustling out of the box at first. If Trey was a righty, maybe been out, but being a lefty got him that extra foot a little bit closer as he gets aboard. This will be a pickoff play, not going to be in time. As Bittner will be making his first pitch here against Wadeson. That one will miss out of the zone. It's now 1-0. The senior catcher here for Northern Cass again in that cleanup spot. Coming up a little bit later on, we'll also get to our post-game show, get to our player interviews, final stats, and then get you ready for the Squirrels and the Vikings for game number 2 of this tournament matchup here today. Big play, not in time, as they will come back on here to Starry on Bank Field, due south directly down the left field line, due west directly down the right field line here today in Fargo. As Bittner works from the stretch, this is going to be a high pop-up. We'll see if it's in play. The first baseman taking a couple steps back. The second baseman calls him off right about at the fair foul line with Jacob Lyons, and Carter Waitson is retired on the pop-out. There were no runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left on base. It's still scoreless between the Broncos and the Jags on the Bank North scoreboard. This is the Regional 1 baseball tournament as we head to the top of the second inning.
Since its beginning, the Central Cast Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cast High School. Through the years, that mission has broadened to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cast Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcastboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcastboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you want in a hometown. Business opportunities, great jobs, and a top-notch school. Shovel-ready lots for your next idea. Great jobs in manufacturing, healthcare, and agriculture. An excellent education for your kids with small class sizes and lots of school spirit. Plus easy access to I-29 and the conveniences of North Dakota's largest cities. Build your future in Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
On the Bank North scoreboard, go to banknorth.bank. That again is banknorth.bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. See what values-based banking can do for you at Bank North, servicing both the Northern Cass and Lisbon school districts. As we go to the second inning here, this one will miss out of the zone to Jaden Howard. It'll be Howard, Johnson, and Welter due up here to start things off in the second inning for the Lisbon Broncos, as Metzger just misses a little low. It's now 2-0. So 4, 5, and 6 batters for the Broncos. Leadoff walk by Cordero went awry. Is this going to be hit? That'll be towards right field, and coming in on this one, and that will be down for a base knock. So a quick base knock here for Northern Cass going the opposite field there for Jaden Howard. Howard gets a single first into the game for either club, and the Broncos have a runner on in the second inning as they did in the first with the leadoff style. Winner of this game will play on Saturday in the region baseball tournament, as the bracket will be at 11 o'clock in the morning, as the bunt will be making its way foul here for Colton Johnson. It's 0-1. The loser of this game then goes into the loser out portion of the bracket, as that game will be scheduled for a little bit later on in the day on Saturday. As this one will be pickoff throw. No balls and a strike here to Colton Johnson. As the pitch is going to be popped up, that'll go out of play and foul. It's now 0-2. The Enderlin Eagles, Oak Grove Grovers, Ball Stars, and Oaks Tornadoes waiting for later this afternoon for games in their own right on what they have upcoming here on the schedule. Again, you win this game, you play a little breakfast in baseball, a little brunch in baseball again on Saturday, 11 o'clock in the morning. The 0-2. This one, strike three. A nice curveball to Colton Johnson, who strikes out. First strikeout of the game here for Metzger, and there's one down here in the top of the second inning. As you can see, it's been in the upper 60s and 70s, kind of the upper 60s to low 70s, kind of the scheduled. And then if the rain does come, maybe see some more wind throughout, possibility of some showers. You kind of hope for that old Fargo bubble during this particular day, just to maybe play with some sprinkles, but nothing in terms of lightning or anything of that nature to keep the games on moving here today in Fargo. Runner at first again is Howard. Here's the 1-0. This will be hit on the ground. A chance for two again for the Jags. They get one. A chance for the double play. They did it again. Hoyland, Ossie to Clement. Another 6-4-3. Back-to-back innings where Northern Cass gets out of any potential harm with a double play variety. As we make our way to the bottom of the second, it's Lisbon scoreless, Northern Cass coming to the plate.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neelsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
Top of the second inning, the Lisbon Broncos go down again with another double play. So Northern Castle trying to cash in now in the bottom of the second inning. 16 pitches so far through Metzger, as he's given up one hit through 2 innings of work, 1 walk and a strikeout. Well, for Mr. Jordan Bittner, he will be on for his second inning of work here for the Lisbon Broncos. Hoyland, Clement, and Hoppy, the 5, 6, and 7 batters, as the sun is starting to peek out a little bit here as this one goes foul, and look out in the parking lot. This one will be not towards the vehicles that are here up the third base side. No balls and a strike. As this one will miss out of the zone, it's now 1-0. So for Bittner right now, trying to find that zone as he did in the first to bring that here in the second. See if he can have a nice tidy bottom of the second, get the guys up to the plate. This one, though, will be in there for a base knock past the second baseman, Jacob Lyons, and Hoyland gets aboard with the first base hit of the game here for the Lisbon Broncos. So it's kind of been monkey see, monkey do, if you will. Here for both teams, we saw a walk by Lisbon in the first, a walk by Northern Cass in the first. You see a hit by Lisbon in the second, and we get a hit by Northern Cass here in the second. Only difference is this now with a leadoff variety compared to Northern Cass getting a runner on with 1 down in the bottom of the first inning. Sam Clement, the senior first baseman. As Clement, big swing, it's now 0-1. Well, if you can win here in this double elimination, especially with 8 teams from the first round and this round, you definitely set yourself up nicely by minimizing the amount of games that you have to play throughout the course of the tournament. If you lose this game, then you have to come back through, play again tomorrow afternoon, once if not twice, then try to get into Monday, and then play 2 more times after that, as well as they got the runner in a pickle right there, and they're going to throw him out. So a little delayed steal opportunity for Hoyland. Hoyland goes to Bittner, who applies the tag, and then they are able to get the out at second base. So Hoyland is going to be caught stealing, and it'll be 0-1. As you'll see now, 1 down here in the top of the second inning, as the rain is making its way through just a little bit with some of the sprinkles. And this one will hit then Clement. So Sam will take first base. You'll get back a runner at first regardless here with 1 down. As we'll go now to Matthew Hoppy, the junior third baseman. The junior third baseman will come on now here for Northern Cass as he takes a look up the third base side to his head coach and Sam Johnson, find out what the play is, if there is any particular play put on here. The Broncos with their red tops today, Northern Cass in their Johnny Cash black uniforms here. Black tops, black bottoms here for this one. This one will be in there for a strike. Good location by Bittner out of the part of the plate on Hoppy. It's now 0-1. And with the turf here, able to see that all the way about a foot to 2 into the outfield. If you do get an opportunity here to maybe have a line drive down the line or to left center, the walls are about 4 feet, so you can really just get a line drive shot and try to get it out here. We'll see if that comes into play later today or possibly tomorrow or possibly on Saturday. This one will be a high fly ball, not the line drive shot. Got to play the wind a little bit here, and look at the left fielder and Howard really scampering in from left, playing that wind that's going from the left to the right field foul pole a little bit. So it will be a fly out, and Howard did a really good job just keeping that one under control, as we'll go now for Northern Cass as the DH and Parker Anderson, the junior, will be coming up to the plate. So Bittner trying to get out of the inning here without any runs unscathed against him. As they got the runner at first, yes they do, they picked him off. Johnson with the tag, and Clement is out at first base as he is picked off. So no runs, a hit, no errors, and nobody left. We played 2 today in what has been a good old-fashioned early pitchers duel, what you would expect at this time of the season. It's scoreless on the Bank North scoreboard on yourliveevent.com.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks, they make sure your vehicle gets the best standard of care to get it back on the road as quickly as possible. Lonnie and his team are some of the most highly trained in the industry. With state-of-the-art technology and superior products, your vehicle will leave in great condition. With their drive-in claims area, the process is smooth and easy. Let Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks provide you and your vehicle with premium care and attention. Open 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Abra Auto Body and Glass of Grand Forks.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
It's been a good old-fashioned little pitcher's duel early in this one, and some flashing of the leather as well here on yourliveevent.com. Chase Miller with you for our first of 4 games here from Starion Bank Field in Fargo as we make our way now to the top of the 3rd inning, bottom half of the lineup here for the Lisbon Broncos. As this one will run out of the zone, it's a ball to Cruz Ranke. Ranke, Hoffer, and Jacob Lyons due up here for head coach Brad Bittner, top of the 3rd inning. The 2-0 pitch. This one swung on a miss. It's now 2-1. Broadcasting today here in Fargo. As this one will miss out of the zone, it's 3-1 from the Farmers Union Insurance David Bergman Agency broadcast booth. Get in touch with David, serving both the Foreman Oaks and surrounding communities at 701-724-6252. That's 701-724-6252. Your headquarters for home, auto, life, and more. That's Farmers Union Insurance, David Bergman Agency. 3-2 pitch, trying to walk is Ranke. Second free pass here for Metzger of the game. And the Broncos in the 1st, 2nd, and now the 3rd innings will have their leadoff runner aboard, but they have not been able to get them past first base. Back in the 1st inning, Cordero walked. Lyons with a pop-up to the pitcher, Metzger, in foul territory. Then a 6-4-3 double play by Bittner. Howard got a single, a strikeout by Johnson Welter then with a 6-4-3. As this one misses out of the zone to Jackson Hoffer, it's now 1-0. So for Lisbon, we'll see what the play is here for Coach Brad Bittner up the 3rd base line to his senior right fielder. Runner at first, being held on by Clement. This one will be in there for a strike. It's now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to the number 8 batter in the Lisbon Bronco lineup in a game that started at 11:05. As the 1-1 offering, good spot. That one in there for a strike. It's 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Hoffer. See if Metzger can get that bottom of the zone strike one more time, or they go up. This one is smashed. That'll go right to the 3rd baseman. A chance for 2 across the diamond. They did it again. 3 straight innings of a double play. This time 5-3 on the line drive out. Hoffer absolutely barreled it, but it was right to the 3rd baseman, Hoppy, who threw it to Clement, and Ranke is retired at first base on the line drive. You get that secondary lead, and then all of a sudden you got to freeze for a moment, but that one was absolutely tattooed to the 3rd baseman, and now that's another double play here today. 5-3 on the DP. Well, I'll tell you what our Agassiz Precision Egg play of the game is going to be if Northern Cass can find a way to win this one. And even Lisbon has made some nice plays as well defensively. Jacob Lyons, hitters count 2 balls, no strikes. This one will miss out of the zone. It's now 3-0. 3-0 on the way to the number 9 batter. Then it goes back to Cordero. 3-0 pitch, taking the entire way in there for a strike. It's now 3-1. The 3-1 offering, that'll be in there for a strike. Now 3-2. So Metzger back-to-back strikes. 2 down here, top of the 3rd. We'll see what he comes with here on Lyons with the payoff pitch. 3-2. That'll be strike three looking. And Carter Waitson able to catch that one. Farkas says, yes, sir. Justin Farkas calling balls and strikes. No runs. There were no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Metzger with his second strikeout of the day. As we make our way to the bottom of the third, we're still scoreless on your liveevent.com.
It's the North Dakota All-Star Gathering on your live event, as we'll cover the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 2nd and 3rd.
This will be hit and over the shortstop Berg into left center field. A run comes in to score with Alexander Rath.
Optimist Volleyball Series June 16th and 17th.
Blue outside Linsinger with another hammer.
Plus, the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 14th and 15th.
Baldwin finds Wick. Wick open, three-pointer coming. Yes, sir!
For more information, go to yourliveevent.com.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Bottom of the third inning here for Northern Cass. The question is, can someone get to second or third base today? They've got runners on for both teams, but just haven't been able to move them realistically into scoring position or put them into even a better opportunity here in this one, as both teams have had runners on in the first and the second, as we will go to the plate here with the 8, 9, and 1 batters due up here for the Jags. Parker Anderson sees this one by Bittner out of the zone. It's 1-0. Jordan Bittner, 2 innings of work so far, a hit with a walk and a hit by pitch and a strikeout. Here's the 1-0. Big swing. It's now 1-1. So Parker Anderson, the junior designated hitter, where for head coach Sam Johnson's team, it is littered with juniors and seniors here in their roster this season. This one will miss the zone. It's 2-1. I'm talking with Sam early on the season. He kind of mentioned that they have lofty goals this year with this experience, trying to be the top seed in the region, as they were. So you check mark that box, as it hopefully gives you the best chance to make a run through the tournament. But as we all know, in this part of the season, anything can happen on one game of baseball. The 2-2 is swung on and miss, and Bittner gets his second strikeout. So one down here in the bottom of the first inning, as you'll see Cody Waits in here, the sophomore, as the sophomore left fielder here for Waitson. We'll get through what the bracket was earlier in terms of what we have left to come here later today, as well as this one runs out of the zone. It's now 1-0 with an in-game update brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. What happened yesterday one more time: Northern Cass 11, Enderlin scoreless. Lisbon 13-3 over Oak Grove. Both of those games were in 5, as this one is popped up, but that'll go foul. Central Cass 7-6 over the Ball Stars in extras, and Kindred over Oaks 11-1. So today, Central Cass Kindred scheduled for a 1 o'clock first pitch in our next winner's bracket. Losers bracket of Enderlin, Oak Grove, and then the Ball Stars and Oaks later tonight. Enderlin, Oak Grove at 3, the Ball Stars and Oaks. That is set for 5 o'clock, as this one will go foul. It's now 1-2. So that is an in-game update brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. Share their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhb.bank. That again is dhb.bank. Bittner works ahead in the count. 1-2. Strike 3 looking, and Bittner with back-to-back Ks. 2 down. Bottom of the third, as you'll see Metzger now to the plate, who struck out the first time up on 4 pitches in the first inning to lead things off for the Jags. As the wind conditions continue to make their way through here through the Fargo-Moorhead area. As that is in there for a strike, it's now 0-1 to Metzger. So far, both of these two pitchers getting the ball, getting on the rubber and tossing. As this is fouled back to the netting, it's now 0-2. Taking a look at the forecast for the weather right now. South of us, from Wahpeton to Aberdeen, getting a lot of moisture. Those that are watching in the Lisbon area getting some rain right now, as well as some forecasts coming through, as Bittner gets the strikeout, and he will strike out this side, his 4th of the game, and that'll do it here for the bottom of the third inning. 3 up, 3 down as we make our way to the top of the fourth. Still scoreless here on your liveevent.com.
Did you know that there are several different types of crop hail insurance policies? Hi, this is Bethany Rentz, crop insurance agent with Irie Insurance. We at Irie Insurance want to help you select a hail policy that will best protect your crops and bottom line from a hailstorm. Give us a call today to schedule a time to meet with an Irie Insurance agent. For our contact information, go to our website at irieins.com.
You're protected and appreciated at Irie.
Irie Insurance is an equal opportunity provider.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
As we go to the top of the fourth inning here on your liveevent.com, it will be the Lisbon Broncos coming up to plate. But let's take a look at Jordan Bittner on the mound. 3 innings of work, 1 hit, 4 strikeouts, a walk, and a hit by batter for Lisbon at the when he's been on the mound. But so far here, it's been a pitcher's duel between Bittner and Metzger, and also Northern Cass getting some double plays. They've turned 3 of them in every inning so far. 6-4-3, 6-4-3, and then a 5-3 double plays. This one is going to be launched into left field. The left fielder will camp underneath it. Well, one of the better hits we've seen off of Metzger in terms of off the bat here for the Lisbon Broncos. Cordero is retired on 1 pitch on the line drive out, and there's 1 down here in the top of the 4th inning. The last 2 batters here for the Lisbon Broncos, or 2 of the last 3, have put some good contact here against Metzger, with Hoffert in a line drive to the third baseman. Cordero a line drive there to the left fielder. As Eli Lyons takes the ball, it's now 1-0. Metzger, 3 1/3 innings so far, giving up a single back again in the second as this one is fouled into the Northern Cass dugout. 1 ball, 1 strike on the way here. Fun time, busy time when it gets to this area in the month of the season, as this will be hit. It'll go to right center field, and this one is going to drop down and split the gap, as you'll see the center fielder Huzar come around. It's going to be a double, and for the first time today, someone's got a runner in scoring position as Eli Lyons gets the double play. Gets into second base, as you'll see now Eli Lyons here in scoring position, as you'll have Jordan Bittner up here for the Lisbon Broncos. Nice piece of hitting by Eli Lyons, just going the opposite way into right center field, able to split Huzar and Hansen here in this one. Taking a look also across the diamond, you got Cody Waitson in left, Hoppy at third base, Hoyland at short, OC at second, Sam Clemens at first base, Carter Waitson behind the plate with Metzger on the mound here for Northern Cass. Here's the pitch, breaking ball, that'll be out of the zone. It's now 1-0. Line drive by Cordero, a double by Lyons, and a dangerous batter here with Bittner at the plate. Bittner hit into a double play his last time up to the shortstop in Hoyland. This one called a strike. It's 1-1. So 2 hits against Metzger so far for the Broncos. They would love to make it 3 here and take the first lead of the game. The 1-1 offering on the way for Metzger. This one will be fisted, and that'll be a little blooper. That'll be in there into right in front of the right fielder, Hansen. Hansen bobbled it for a moment. Here's the relay throw in. It's not going to be in time. So it's an RBI on the way by Bittner as the Eli Lyons comes in to score. And now it's 1-0 in favor of the Lisbon Broncos. So now it's a 1-0 lead here in favor of the Lisbon Broncos again, as the Lisbon Broncos will take the lead, as this one is going to miss for a ball. It's now 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That'll miss, now 2-0. So a little lazy fly ball by Bittner up the right field side in front of Hansen. By the time Hansen was able to barehand it, Lyons was rounding third base to come on home. And the Broncos have taken the first lead of the game, and this one is a sharp single into left. Playing it will be Cody Wadeson here, and the Lisbon Broncos 3 straight base knocks as they will have runners at first and second, top of the fourth with 1 down after a Lions double, a Bittner single, and a Howard single here. The Broncos have a 3 batters up in a row to get some quality production, and even Cordero got allowed out to left fielder to lead things off here in the 4th inning. Colton Johnson with a strikeout in last time up in the second. He will see this one miss low. It's 1-0. Batter number 5 in the lineup here for the Lisbon Broncos. They've sent 3 batters to the plate in the first, second, and the third against Metzger. 1-0. That'll miss. It's now 2-0. Winner of this game will play at 11 o'clock on Saturday. Loser of this contest will play in the afternoon at 3 o'clock. And then we'll hope to play a couple of games upcoming on Saturday. This one is going to be hit into the center, right center alley again. 1 run coming in Bittner. Howard on his high horse. He's rounding third. Here comes the relay. It's not going to be in time. It's a bases clearing double by Colton Johnson. He plates 2, and the Lisbon Broncos have a 3-0 lead on the Bank North scoreboard. These have been loud hits off the bat here for the Lisbon Broncos. Bittner comes in, Howard comes in, Johnson with 2 runs driven in, and it's a 3-0 lead here for Colton Johnson and the Lisbon Broncos as Sam Johnson will come on here and talk it over. So 2 RBI double on the way. As it looks like we'll get a new pitcher into the game. We'll let you know who's coming in next for Northern Cass with 1 down here in the top of the 4th. This is the Region 1 Baseball Tournament here on your liveevent.com.
Red River Valley Speedway, you one of the best. You got 'em for a rest.
The Rumble on the Red, presented by Ellingson Companies and Gerdau Metals Recycling, is coming to West Fargo, North Dakota. The World of Outlaws Not Energy Drink Sprint Cars come to the Red River Valley Speedway on Saturday, May 31st. Tickets are available now at slspromotions.com or by calling 815-344-2023.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
As we get to another in-game update here, brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. Matthew Metzger, 3 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs. He is on the hook for the runner at third base, or at second base here in Colton Johnson. 2 walks and 2 strikeouts here for Metzger as he throws 45 pitches. Trey Huzar now will come in from center field and be on the mound, while Metzger will go from the pitcher's mound to center field. That, again, is our in-game update brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. Go to dhb.bank. That's dhb.bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, Dakota Heritage Bank. So in this inning, a line drive by Cordero. Lions with a double. Bittner with a single with a run driven in. Howard able to get a single, and then a bases clearing 2 RBI knock by Johnson, which has given the Lisbon Broncos now a 3-0 lead. Who's our first pitch? This one will run in, and dancing out of the way is Elliott Welter. It's 1-0. Nice thing for these first 2 games is if you do lose or just have the case of the yips or toss the ball around the yard, you can still come back through the diamond. But the area is, if you do lose this one, then you're 1 loss away from your season coming to a close, where later today, in our last 2 games, it will be if you throw the ball around the yard, that could be the end of your season in 2 loser-out games at 3 and 5 o'clock a little bit later on here this afternoon. 2 balls a strike with 1 down and a runner at second, and Johnson Huzar with a 2-1. This one is going to be hit to the second baseman. OC is there, able to throw it across to Clement. It'll be 4-3 on the put-out, but it is a productive out as the runner does scamper up 90 feet to third, and there's 2 away here in the top of the 4th inning. So for Northern Cass, you'll take the out. For Lisbon, if you're going to get an out, be it a productive one at that, and the 7th batter to the plate here in Cruz Ranke. Ranke with a walk as he worked to count full his last time up against Metzger. This one will miss. It'll be now 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes on the way to the freshman designated hitter. As this is going to be skied, and that'll go to right. Making its way through is going to be the right fielder, and Metzger, and they collide, and Metzger kind of takes out Hansen a little bit there, as well as he brings the ball in. Rounding second on his way to third is going to be Ranke. Coming in to score is going to be Johnson. Metzger was on his high horse, and they would collide with Hansen as Metzger inadvertently went about at the knee, and Hansen took a tumble. And Hansen right now has got a little bit of a limp in him in right field. It's a 4-0 game here in favor of the Lisbon Broncos as Sam Johnson's going to go check out his right fielder right now. So Ranke, and we'll make it a error on the scoreboard here for Ranke to get aboard as he hit that one to right. It looked like Hansen had it underneath him, but Metzger with a full head of steam was following the flight of the ball, which the wind is going again from the left to the right field foul pole a little bit here. So the wind was carrying the center fielder Metzger towards Hansen. Then by the time Hansen went to go pop up and glove it, Metzger went into that little knee area. And you just hope that this is nothing more than maybe just a stinger or something that got rolled up on, but it looks like the right fielder is going to be coming out here, so we'll have another defensive change in placement. And in the game of baseball and softball, you make a defensive change. It's so funny at particular times how then almost the next batter or two will find a way to hit it where the new change was with the fielder going from pitcher to center, second to third. It just seems to have that happening in baseball, as they'll make their way through, and we'll see who's going to go into left. So Northern Cass will make a substitution. Parker Anderson will go in to left field, and then Cody Wadeson will be making his way. So the DH will be out now for Sam Johnson, as Parker Anderson will go to left field, and Cody Wadeson will go to right. For the Lisbon Broncos, it's been a good fourth inning with 4 runs across the board, and it could be even a little bit better upcoming here if you can get this runner in from third and Cruz Ranke with Jackson Hoffer. So 4 runs will be tabulated against Metzger. That last one will be unearned, but still 4 runs across against Metzger, where Huzar right now looking to get out of the inning and minimize the damage to 4 runs. Jackson Hoffer hit into a double play, a line drive to Hoppy at third base his last time up in inning number 3. But so far, the decisiveness in the Lisbon Broncos not taking a lot of deep counts at all against Metzger. They were hunting early in the zone. They were rewarded with some hits as there's a breaking ball for Huzar. It's now 0-1. Northern Cass bottom half of the 4th inning. O.C. Huzar and Wadeson, 2, 3, and 4 batters are the up-scheduled hitters. This one is in there for a strike. It's now 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes on the way to Jackson Hoffer here as Huzar looking to get the final out of the 4th. 0-2 pitch. Yes, he did. He went through. That'll be a strikeout. And Huzar able to get 2/3 of an inning. But again, the Lisbon Broncos do come across 4 runs, 4 hits, a runner left with an error here as we make our way to the bottom of the 4th inning with a new score on the Bank North scoreboard. It is the Lisbon Broncos 4, Northern Cass scoreless here on your LiveEvent.com.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
Since its beginning, the Central Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. Through the years, that mission has brought in to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cass Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
Bottom of the fourth inning here. Northern Cass down by 4, and just going through the regular season in Region 1 as the wind continues to howl a little bit more out in center field. Northern Cass hasn't been in this position too terribly many times in a baseball game this year. Not to say that they don't have the bats or don't have the power to come back, because they do. But they haven't just been in a position like this to try to mount a comeback. But first things first for Northern Cass, trying to get a base runner on and see if they can get something as the Broncos did, which is get the hitting carousel going here against Bittner. Bittner, 3 innings of work. Will be 1 ball, 1 strike on the way here to O.C., who drew a 4-pitch walk his last time up in the first inning. Bittner coming off a strikeout of the side in the bottom half of the third. This one coming in at the hand, swung on and missed, now 1-2. Bittner, 3 innings of work, 1 hit. That was a single by Hoyland. Has given up a walk and a hit by pitch with 4 strikeouts. This one will miss out of the zone. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Johnson at first base with Jacob Lyons at second. Cordero at short with Moss at third, and Eli Lyons behind the plate on the infield. Here's a 2-2. This one is going to be hit to the third baseman, Moss, who gloves it, fires it across, and that one will be an errant throw. That'll allow Johnson to make his way from first base, but he will stay there as that one was tight. And reaching on base with an error here will be Osi. So the throwing error by Moss just took Johnson off the bag, unable to really do much with that. As we will now have Trey Huzar with a runner on here for Northern Cass. Northern Cass doesn't need to get everything back in this inning, as have a scheduled 7. But if you can get a run or 2 back, cut into the deficit, and have Huzar on the hill, that will go a long way. As Huzar hits one foul, it's now 0-1. 4 runs across for the Lisbon Broncos in the top of the fourth. That has been the difference in this one between Lisbon and Northern Cass. As you'll see the pitcher, Bittner, look back the runner at first. Here's the pitch. Huzar will hit one. That's one possibly could die to Bermuda's Triangle, as it does, as Welter, Cordero, and Howard all giving chase, as that one just dies in left center field. Osi at second. Huzar will have a fisted single into left center, and there's runners at first and second with nobody down here in the bottom of the fourth inning as Carter Waitson popped up his last time up, and Brad Bittner is going to talk it over here with his pitcher on the mound. We'll take a quick break with him here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
As we go to the bottom of the fourth inning after an error and a single, Coach Brad Bittner talking with his son Jordan Bittner and the infield as he's back in the diamond now. Now it's Carter Waits and the senior catcher, and there's a couple of plays that Coach Sam Johnson could possibly put on. This one will be hit in the air. That'll go down the right field line, making its way down the line, going to be caught there. The lead runner will make his way an extra 90 feet and get a little bit closer to home. The Broncos will take the out. Lisbon will have now 1 down in the field. As you'll see, runners at the corners as Waitson hits ones to Hoffer and right. Osi gets to third. Huzar stands at first, and now it's Chris Hoyland who singled his last time up for the first base hit against Bittner here today for Northern Cass to lead off the second. Here's the pitch by Bittner, but he will look back the runners, try to see if there's anything there at first base. As Bittner goes back to the stretch one more time. The pitch. This one will be popped up. That'll be down the left field line. This one coming in. That'll be a base hit. Howard will get to it. He will pump fake at home. And a base knocked there by Hoyland. Able to get another single. And the Lisbon Broncos see that 4-run deficit got down to 3 here with an RBI variety by Chris Hoyland. Wasn't a hard hit ball, got him to jam, but put the ball in play, good things will happen, can be the old adage. And on the Bank North scoreboard, Northern Cass is got their runner on here with OC and runner in for the first time here today. Is this one going to be called a strike on the way to Sam Clemens? Clemens was hit by a pitch back in the second inning. Runners at first and second right now. Hoyland at first. Trey Huzar stands at second. The 0-1 pitch is going to be popped up. This one going down the first base side, giving chase. And Gareth Hansen says, yes, he caught it. As it goes out of our camera angle here, there's a little bit of an area that jets down the first base dugout here down to a little patio area. Got enough room there for Johnson, and that'll be 2 down. So 2 down as Sam Clemens is retired early in the count. Now it'll be up to Hoppy. Hoppy with a fly out to left field his last time up. Tying run again at the plate, but for Northern Castle, just like at least another single or two here as this one is popped up. Another chance. This one will be for the infield. Who's going to call it? And this one is going to be grabbed, and who grabbed it? The first baseman or the second baseman, as they talked it over with Jacob Lyons and Johnson, and that'll be the out regardless, and it will be Johnson at first who gets back-to-back outs to retire the side, but a run does come in on 2 hits. There was an error and 2 runners left on base. The Lisbon Broncos will take a 3-run lead as we make our way towards the top of the 5th inning on your liveevent.com.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Stop on out to Watts Ace Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Plus, Watts Ace Hardware has a key cutting and paint mixing section for your own do-it-yourself projects. From their grill selection with Traeger, Blackstone, Weber, and the Big Green Egg to their customer laser engraving center, Watts Ace Hardware is a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware.
Top of the 5th inning on the Bank North scoreboard. Go to banknorth.bank. That's banknorth.bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. See what values-based banking can do for you at Bank North. As it is the top of the 5th inning here, the Lisbon Broncos lead it by 3. Huzar will throw a strike to Jacob Lyons. Now 0-1. Jacob 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. It will be 9-1 and 2 batters here for the Broncos in the top of the 5th inning. And therefore, strike again now 0-2. So Huzar with the fastball following the breaking ball. We'll see what he does here on the 0-2 pitch ahead of the count here against Lions. 0-2, that'll run in. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Region 1 softball bracket announced as well late last night, as we'll get to that here in a moment. This one will 1 hop. Now it's 2-2. You have Central Cass Maple River in the opening round at noon on Saturday. Central Cass, the 1 seed, Maple River, the 8 seed. Here's the 2-2 offering. That'll also be in the turf. The 4-5 matchup, Northern Cass Enderlin at 2 o'clock. Kindred, the 2 seed, against the Lisbon Broncos, the 7 seed, at 4 o'clock on Saturday in softball. HCV goes up against Hankinson Co-op at 6 o'clock on Saturday. Huzar gets the strikeout, but this one will have to go the long way. Trey still gets his second strikeout, and there's 1 down here in the top of the 5th. Again, that is the Region 1 softball tournament. That'll be in Castleton, begin at noon on Saturday. We'll have all 4 of those games for you here on your liveevent.com. As you see, Cordero here, 0 for 1 at the plate, did reach base back in the first inning with a walk. You will take one out of the zone. It's now 1-0. Game that got underway at 11:05 earlier this morning as we've reached the noon hour here in Fargo. From Starry on Bank Field, off-speed pitch in there. Now it's 1-1. All the damage for both teams done back in that 4th inning. 5 runs combined, 4 from the Broncos. This one is going to be fouled back to the netting. It's now 1-2. And for this Lisbon Bronco team, first time since the early 60s to have a sanctioned baseball club here after winning and knocking on the door of State B Legion the last couple of years. Kind of pushed it and elevated it on through as Huzar earns another strikeout. That's 3 straight. There's 2 down here in the 5th. Eli Lyons one of two with a double to open things up in the fourth inning, part of 4 consecutive hits for the Lisbon Broncos. This will be in there for a strike. It's 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike on the way as the Vikings and the Squirrels will be due up next here roughly at 1 o'clock. As this one runs in at the hands. It's now 1-1. And later today in our loser out games, roughly at 3 will be Enderlin and Oak Grove, and at 5, Ball Stars and the Oaks Tornadoes. Ball Star co-op of Hankinson, Fairmount, Campbell, Tinta, Rossolt, and Lidgerwood. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the way here to Lions. Czar could potentially get his 4th straight punch out. Instead, this one will be in the turf. Here now 2-2. One thing with turf, you can definitely see where it gets used the most on the wear and tear, just with those black pebbles that come underneath it. And with baseball, there's just a few areas which you're always going to be at in terms of where the pitchers, the hitters, the catcher, the home plate umpire will be, kind of see where those respective leadoff bags are just over its time. But without turf here in the upper Midwest, it'll be a little bit tougher to get some baseball games or softball games in at particular areas as well. As Huzar gets a strike out of the side, he's got 4 strikeouts in the game. It's a 3-up, 3-down, top of the 5th, and the Lisbon Broncos are retired. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's still a 3-run lead here for Lisbon.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Broadcasting today from the Farmers Union Insurance David Bergman Agency broadcast booth, servicing both the Foreman and Oaks communities and the surrounding towns as well. Get in touch with Farmers Union Insurance David Bergman Agency by simply calling 701-724-6252. Not all products are underwritten by Farmers Union Insurance, from farm to ranch, auto, that and more. Get in touch with David Bergman Agency again at 724-6252. Broadcasting today from the Farmers Union Insurance David Bergman Agency broadcast booth here in Fargo. Chase Miller with you as we make our way to the bottom of the 4th inning. Dave Klunt up the third base line. Gareth Hansen at the first base line. Justin Farkas calling balls and strikes here in this one. For the Lisbon Broncos right now, they're 9 outs away. Similar for Northern Cass, you have 9 outs to get 3 runs. This one swung on a miss against Bittner. As Parker Anderson, we'll see this one now 0-1. As the designated hitter now makes his way out to left field after the right fielder was injured in Hansen. It's now 0-2. Anderson struck out his last time up in the 3rd. 8, 9, and 1 batters due up here for Northern Cass, so could be table setters if you can get on. The 0-2 pitch, this one comes in, it hit the arm, and that'll be a hit by pitch. So Parker Anderson will get aboard on an 0-2 count, as Coach Bittner will come out here and talk it over, just maybe from his perspective, wondering if it maybe hit the knob of the bat or if it did hit that forearm just enough. As also asking to see if he maybe went through on the swing to call it, if it was a check swing or possibly anything of that variety. But Northern Cass does get a runner on, which is what you're looking to do when you're down by 3. Well, for Jordan Bittner, don't need to worry about that yet. Looking to get the first out of the inning with Cody Waits in here, 0-for-1 with a strikeout looking his last time up. This one will be a slow grounder. That'll go up the third base line, and that will be foul. So a foul ball on the way. As now it'll be 0-1. Jordan Bittner, 4 innings of work. He's given up 3 hits. There has been a run, 3 free passes, and 4 strikeouts. He struck out Anderson, Waitson, and Metzger in a row back in the 3rd inning. So the runner at first base, and Anderson takes his lead, being held on there by Johnson. Here's the 0-1 offering, but that'll be a pick throw back to the first baseman. Also, for more baseball here, we have Region 2 baseball beginning Saturday at Mayville State on yourliveevent.com. Thompson, the 1 seed, Larimore, the 2 seed. The 0-1 pitch. This will be hit right back up the middle, and this one is going to be a line drive out to the center fielder, and Welter, who loses his hat. Waitson is retired, and there's one down. Region 2 baseball tournament begins at 10:30 in the morning on Saturday at Mayville State for the first of 4 games scheduled. And then the Region 3 baseball tournament will be in Lemoore starting at noon on Monday for Region 3 baseball. Lemoore at Litchfield Marion, now Edgeley, part of that co-op, going up against the Carrington Cardinals at noon on Monday. So we'll have Region 1, Region 2, and Region 3 again on yourliveevent.com. No balls and a strike. Bittner punches a nice one on the outer part of the plate. It's now 0-2. Metzger 0 for 2 today with a pair of strikeouts for who was the starting pitcher, now center fielder here for the Jags. The 0-2 pitch. This one will be foul back. I'll keep it at no balls and 2 strikes upcoming for the Jags. Trying to get something at this part of the lineup here, and for Bittner, hoping that this will be the last time you see Metzger in the game. As this will be low, good block by Eli Lyons, because if you don't see Metzger, that means Bittner's doing his job on the mound. And you can possibly get through the next 6th and 7th innings without seeing the leadoff batter and come through the 4th time of the lineup. For Bittner, 1 ball, 2 strikes. This is going to be hit. That'll be down for a base hit into right center field as Hoffer will make the grab. Now he eventually be grabbed by Welter. Here's the runner coming in from Parker Anderson to first, and he will go from first to third on the bank's knock on the way there for Metzger. So coming in will be Anderson from first to third. They waved him in all the way home as well. This will be a 4-2 contest here on the Bank North scoreboard. Now you get to OC, good piece of hitting there to go the opposite way, and then just unable to get it on a clean glove there was Hoffer, so Welter, then the center fielder, was able to play it, and by the time he did that, Sam Johnson said, let's get you a running in Parker Anderson as this one gets foul tipped off of Eli Lyons. Looks to be all right as Farkas takes a look at him, make sure he's good to go. OC reached base twice today with a walk in the first and an error back in the 4th. He did come in to score. This one will be again off of Eli Lyons. It's now 0-2. So you get it once, you get it twice here if you're Eli. Eli looks to be right there behind the plate. But for Northern Cass, don't need everything in the inning, but another run here to get it just a little bit closer, bare minimum, with an awfully large run at second base. The 0-2 fastball out of the zone. It's now 1-2. Trey Huzar due up next. As we've seen a couple of barreled balls that have gone to right center here today from both teams in that alley. 1-2 pitch is going to be hit on the ground right in front of the fielder. Here comes Cordero at short. This one into the glove of Johnson on the one hop, but hustling up the first base line and an infield single is OC, and now you have runners at the corners. As Metzger trying to do his best job and get in front of the ball a little bit before Cordero was there. And Cordero did a nice job hustling after it. It just, by the time it hit a couple times on the turf, it wasn't hit so hard to where Cordero had to stay back for it. He had to charge the ball. By the time he did throw it across to Johnson, who was trying to stretch, OC able to get it in for an infield single. So the tying run stands at first base. The go-ahead run now at home in the name of Trey Huzar. Huzar first pitch swinging. He's going to hit one to left field. That'll be Howard who comes in. The throw at home will be just off the line. It's a sacrifice fly to make it 4-3. So a sac fly here for Trey. Coming in to score will be Metzger. And now it's a 4-3 contest with 2 down here in the 5th inning. And Huzar first pitch swinging gets it to a 1-run deficit with Carter Wadeson. Wasn't deep by any means, but by the time Howard got there, Sam Johnson, the head coach of the third base line, was giving instructions to Metzger And with Metzger's speed, Howard need to throw a nearly perfect ball at home, as getting back at first base is going to be Osi. If that one is right at home where Lyons just has to catch it and glove it, there could have been a play at the plate, but being a foot or two off the home plate allowed the sacrifice fly Metzger easily to slide in and make it a 4-3 game. So the Jags with 2 runs across so far here in the bottom half of the 5th. And Bittner has already caught 1 runner and Sam Clement at first base earlier back in the 2nd inning. Trying to see if he can maybe get another Northern Cast runner out on the pickoff here as well. 4-3, things are getting interesting here in the 5th. Runner's going to make his way towards second. There's a throw off the line, and OC will get into scoring position. 1 ball, no strikes, and the tying run now in second base here for the Jags by the name of Jacob Osi. As the sun continues to peek through some of the clouds here at Starry on Bank Field in Fargo. 1-0 pitch. Foul tipped into the glove of Eli Lyons. It's now 1-1. A little more blue towards the western skies. The eastern skies a little more normal of what the sky would look like here. The 1-1 pitch. Good spot in there for a strike by Bittner. As Bittner looking for his 5th strikeout and try to minimize the runs by the Jags here at 2 as the wind continues to come up a little bit here in Fargo. And we'll get a time called. For Northern Cast, they sent 6 batters to the plate in the 4th inning, 6 batters to the plate here so far in the 5th. There's the throw upcoming here from Bittner. That'll be the zone. It's now 2-2. So 2s are wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes with a runner at second and 2 outs as Bittner looks back the runner on the daylight plane. This one's going to get through the glove, as it'll make its way then to the center fielder in Welter. So you will see 2 balls, 2 strikes on the way here, as Bittner will be on the mound here for the Lisbon Broncos. Looks back the runner at second, the 2-2 pitch. This one's going to be fouled into the netting. I'll keep it at 2-2. Bittner with a 2-2 offering yet again. This one will miss low. It's now 3-2. Breaking ball nearly in the zone. Bittner was looking for the strikeout call, instead waits and works the count full. This will be the first full count against Bittner here today by a Northern Cast batter. The 3-2 pitch is fouled up the third base line. As that center field camera continues to battle the elements here and making its way windy and a little bit more windy, as we're expecting rain here in the Fargo-Moorhead area at some point here today. The 3-2 pitch. That'll come up and hit him. And then immediately saying, "Let's go, baby," is Carter Wadeson. So immediately when you get hit in the head, you wonder if you're all right. And about a split second later, Carter Wadeson says, "Let's go, baby." As the hit-by pitch will now have runners at first and second here. So Northern Cast gets the go-ahead run coming up to the plate, as we'll have a little time and a mound visit for the infield here for the Lisbon Broncos. We'll take a quick break with them here. Bottom of the 5th, 2 on with 2 out as the Jags continue to hit.
I will be your guiding light, 'cause you don't have to go alone. I will bring you through the storm. I will lift you up. No, you're not on your own. I will be the light that carries you through the storm. I will lift you up.
As Chris Hoyland will be coming up to the plate here after the little brief conference call on the mound. First pitch, swinging, hits one in the air to left. Howard is there, now comes in, slides. Does he make the catch? Yes, he does. Howard with the snow cone catch in left, and that'll retire Hoyland on 1 pitch. But 2 runs do come across here in the bottom of the 5th inning on the Bank North scoreboard. We have a new score. It's Lisbon 4, the Northern Cast Jaguars 3 here on your liveevent.com.
The
Northern Cast Booster Club is here for all Jaguar students from academics, arts, athletics, and co-curricular activities throughout the school year. You can find more information or become a Northern Cast Booster Club member today by scanning the QR code on screen now or follow the Northern Cast Booster Club on Facebook for updates throughout the year, or simply search for the Northern Cast Booster Club page on the Northern Cast School website. Go Jags!
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
Top of the sixth inning here on YourLiveEvent.com. Jordan Bittner gets out of the jam, but 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left. Again, in the bottom of the 5th inning, as we make our way to the top of the 6th, there will be 3, 4, and 5 batters, the heart of the lineup here for the Lisbon Broncos. Update for you, Minnesota Twins baseball, a team that just has found ways to win, and win some more. The Twins now up 3-love over the Baltimore Orioles in the bottom of the 5th, so 3-0 Minnesota in Baltimore looking for the sweep at Camden Yards. Huzar, first pitch. This one will be swung on and missed by Jordan Bittner. Bittner 1 for 2 today with a run scored. Did hit into a double play his last time up. Here's the 0-1. This one will be hit on the ground. That'll go to the second baseman. OC is there, makes his field across to Clemens. It'll be 4-3 on the putout as center field Cam took a little spill out in center, as there's 1 down now here in the top of the 6th inning. Jaden Howard with a pair of singles in the 2nd and the 4th. He did come in to score a run as well back in the 4th inning. As you'll see, Huzar delivers a strike. It's 0-1. Huzar came in to finish the final 2/3 of the 4th inning, and a 3-up, 3-down strikeout the side of the 5th. As he fires another strike, it's 0-2 here to Howard. So no balls, 2 strikes on the way. And the pitch. Off speed. That'll miss. Now it's 1-2. Howard's been a good quality batter for the Broncos. Doesn't have a lot of wasted at-bats for the senior left fielder as he fouls one back. And it'll be pitch number 5 upcoming here of the inning here for Howard. To Howard. And Howard will foul this one off again against Trey. Huzar making his way to South Dakota State coming up here in the fall to be a jackrabbit playing collegiately for baseball. The 1-2 offering. That'll be inside at the knee, now 2-2. So after Bittner was retired, you'll be able to see here Howard work the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes against Trey. This one will miss. This is now 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes here with 1 down and nobody on in the top of the 6th inning. Here's the payoff pitch. 3-2 is going to be hit in the air. This one's got a little carry to it to right center, going way back to the wall. That ball is up, and that ball's gone. Jaden Howard hits a solo homer to right center field, and the Lisbon Broncos get a run back here in the top of the 6th with their first round tripper of the day. It's Lisbon 5, Northern Cavs 3. First hit against Trey Huzar in relief is a home run to right center field, and with the wind just maybe carried it a little bit even more into that gap. Now there's a 5-3 game here for the Lisbon Broncos and a big answered run after Northern Cass gets 2 runs of their own in the bottom of the 5th inning. This one in there for a strike. It's 0-1 to Colton Johnson, who hit a double his last time up, has couple of runs driven in as well here today for the Broncos. The 1-1 pitch. No miss. Now 2-1 on the way here to Colton Johnson. Here's the 2-1 offering. That'll be in there for a strike. It's 2-2. As both the Central Cass players and the Kindred Viking players await the outcome of this one to get on the diamond. As Huzar gets his fifth strikeout in relief. There's 2 down now here in the top of the 6th inning. As Elliot Welter will be coming up. Welter 0 for 2 today with a double play in the second to Hoyland, Ossie, and Clemmen. 6-4-3, and then a grounder to Ossie at second base his last time up. But the Broncos do get a run back here after it was Northern Cass to score the last 3 runs of the game after Lisbon led 4-0. It was 4-1 after 4, then 4-3 here going into the 6th. 1-0 is the count here to Welter. Elliott will see this one miss low. It's now 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes on the way here to Welter. The pitch, this one will be grounded. That'll go towards the third baseman. Hoppy makes the play in time. Yes, for the out. 5-3, nicely done by Hoppy to Clemmen. That was a difficult play, but they do get a run on a hit. No errors and nobody left as we have played 5.5 here today from Starry on Bank Field. It's the Lisbon Broncos 5, Northern Cass 3 coming to the plate.
Farmers, are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 201 Main Street, Hunter.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Northern Cass down to their final 6 outs of the game. Largest deficit was 4, cut it to 1. Now it's back to 2 as you will see Clemmen, Hoppy, and Anderson due up here for Northern Cass. Clemmen hit by a pitch back in the second is 0 for 1 today here against Bittner. Bittner 4, make that 5 innings of work, 5 hits against so far, 3 runs. He has given up 4 free passes, 1 walk, and 3 hit batters. We'll make him 4 hit batters now and 4 strikeouts. So Northern Cass with 1 pitch, able to get the tying run to the plate here in the 6th. Now it's to Hoppy, as we said from last inning for Bittner. Didn't want to see Metzger, Ossie, and Huzar again because that means we're well in control, getting guys out. Don't have to go through the lineup, but more than likely with what's coming up, Ossie is definitely scheduled to bat for sure here for Northern Cass. But right now, everything here in the bottom of the 6th. Tying run with Hoppy to the plate here for the Jags. Hoppy, first pitch swinging. His one is hit deep to center field. Welter going back, and Welter can't get it. It'll hop the wall. Rounding second on his way to third is going to be Clemmen. Clemmen will be waved around. Here's the relay throw by Cordero, and the throw is not in time, and the throw will get up the line. Now trying to make his way to third base. That'll be an errant throw into left, and coming in will be Hoppy, and we're going to have a tie ball game at 5 apiece. So Hoppy is able to get the double, and then with the error from Lyons to the third baseman Moss, he will come in to score. Clemmen goes first to third on the run, and just like that, on 2 pitches, it's a brand new game at 5 apiece here in the bottom of the 6th inning. So we're tied at 5 apiece here on YourLiveEvent.com in the bottom of the 6th inning. After a hit by pitch by Clemmen, Hoppy barreled one up into left center field. Welter was able to bring it back in. The throw by Cordero to Eli Lyons at home, and then threw it over to the third baseman, Moss. And just like that, you saw Sam Johnson yelling at Hoppy, get up and run home. And now it's tied at 5 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. We got a brand new game And all of a sudden now for the Jags, they're looking to take the lead and have Huszar have 3 outs to go potentially here for Northern Cass. Parker Anderson 0 for 1 today, hit by a pitch with a run score. Bittner delivers a strike. Here's the 0-1 in there for strike number 2. It's now 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Strike 3 looking, and Bittner gets his 5th strikeout of the afternoon. So 1 down here, bottom of the 6th. Cody Waitson 0 for 2 with a strikeout back in the 3rd and a line drive out to Welter his last time up. As the skies around Fargo just getting a little darker blue, both now from the west and to the south here. This one will run in. It's a ball. It's 0-1 here to Cody Waitson. Waitson struck out looking in the 3rd. Line drive again, as we mentioned just moments ago, his last time up. Line drive out to center. Here's the 1-0. This will be hit in the air. That'll be down for a base knock in front of the right fielder, Hoffer. Rounding first will be Cody Waits, and he will stay there. In Northern Cass as the go-ahead run aboard here in the bottom of the 6th inning. For Northern Cass, a run in the 4th, 2 runs in the 5th, and 2 runs so far here in the 6th. For the Lisbon Broncos, 4 runs across in the 1st and 1 run in the top of the 6th inning. How large is that solo home run right now from the Bronco perspective to still have a 5-5 ball game? As you will see Metzger talking it over with Coach Sam Johnson. Reminder still to come. We'll get to our post-game show brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway. We'll try to hear from a particular player in this one as well, and then from there we'll get to our player of the game, play of the game, that and more still to come. And a look at the final line score. 5-5, looking to bunt. This one goes in the turf. That'll go ball. It's now 1-0. Batter number 5 of the inning here for Northern Cass, and 4th time through, Sean Bittner. As the Jags have new life here on the bottom of the 6th, tied up with the Broncos. The 1-0 pitch from Bittner. This will be hit right back up the middle, and that's through for a base knock. Going to second base is Waits, and he will stay there. Runners at 1st and 2nd now after back-to-back singles. On the Jags, bring that go-ahead run just a little bit closer to home plate. So runners at 1st and 2nd, and it looks like Jordan Bittner, his day will be coming to a close. We'll let you know about the changes next here in Fargo.
It's time to hit the ground with summer lawn and gardening projects, and Mayport Hardware is here to help. Stop by the greenhouse and browse the wide selection of flowers to liven up your yard. From the outdoor power tools of mowers, tillers, and trimmers to the lawn care essentials of seeds, fertilizers, and top-tier gardening tools, let Mayport Hardware transform your yard to where the grass is greener. Come visit Tim, Sue, and the staff at Trail County's Hardware Hank on Main Street in Mayville.
Bottom of the 6th inning we go here on the Bank North scoreboard. We're knotted at 5 apiece, and it'll be a straight switch as Cordero will take the mound now here for the Lisbon Broncos. As Jordan Bittner, 75 pitches, he will come out of the game. 5 1/3, 8 hits on the hook for the runners at 1st and 2nd. So far, 5 runs against, 5 walks with 5 strikeouts. And for the Broncos, this will be their 3rd pitcher used of the tournament. Northern Cass so far has used 4 pitchers, in Cody Waits and Parker Anderson, Trey Huszar, and Metzger here earlier today. But from what they were able to, both teams play yesterday. Northern Cass picking up a win in 5, Lisbon picking up a win in 5. Don't have to throw another couple of pitches or an extra guy that can come back large later in this particular tournament. 1 down here. Bunting, this one will go foul. It's now 0-1. OC has reached base all 3 times on a single walk and an error as a stolen base and a run scored here today for Northern Cass. Northern Casters trying to get the runners to second and third. Then you would force Bittner to say, do you want to throw to Trey, who's already a walk-him, to load the bases with 2 outs if there was a good bunt. And it looks like he's trying to bunt again. Here is Osi. Osi then takes the bump back. That one will be out of the zone for a ball. As Johnson was a good about 10 feet down the line at first base, trying to say, hey, if you're going to bunt and it goes anywhere near us at first, we're going to throw it over to the third baseman in Moss. So it'll be Cordero's job to try to guard the third base line. This one now out of the zone. It's 2-1. So a hit by pitch by Clement, a double by Hoppy to bring him in. Then Hoppy came in on an error to score. Strikeout of Anderson, a single by Waits, and a single by Metzger here in the bottom of the 6th. This one is going to be picked up by Eli Lyons. Eli Lyons throws it to third, and the runner will stay put. Now the back runner will have to go all the way to first base here, and Lisbon catches a break. As you saw the runner at second base in Cody Waits and go down, stay put, and then turn back towards second. By the time he turned, the throw by Eli Lyons to Moss at third went into left field, and then he had Metzger pretty much at second base already, so he had to hustle back to first. So we'll reset and do it again. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 down, and we'll see where Cordero goes. The 3-1 is going to be a swung on, and we'll do it yet again. And now the runner will stay put at second base. So Cody Waitson really wants to get to third. But by the time he gets about 20 feet off the bag and takes a nice little extra step or two, he puts the brakes on, then he hustles back to second. So a full pitch upcoming here by Cordero as the wind continues to pick up here and starting to change a little bit, blowing a little more in here at Starion Bank Field. Here's the 3-2 offering as that one is going to be stay put at second base. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners are going to go and break. It's not going to matter. It's a walk. So Cordero with the walk. Waits and goes to third. Metzger goes to second. Osi stands at first base. Bases are full here on YourLiveEvent.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhb.bank. A quick in-game update. Huzar so far in this one, 1 of 2 with a single and a run driven in, a sacrifice fly. His last time up, he came in for Metzger earlier in the game to pitch. First pitch swinging again, and Huzar rips one through into left. 1 run coming in. This one will go underneath the glove for a moment of Howard. Sam Johnson puts on the brakes for the runner at second to third in Metzger. And Huzar, first pitch swinging, hits one the opposite field. It's a 6-5 lead here for Northern Cass. Cody Waitson comes in to score. Metzger will be at third. Osi at second. Huzar with a run driven in. The base hit as well. It's 6-5 in favor of the Jags. And now a chance for some insurance. As the Lisbon Broncos will be down to their final 3 outs now in the top of the 7th. As this one is fouled back and through the stands, it's 0-1. Batter number 8 of the inning. Carter Wainson with a hit by pitch back in the 5th. His last time up, 0 for 2 here today. As Cordero trying to minimize this to being just 1 run deficit. 3 runs in the inning so far for Northern Cass. As the Jackson 5 song says, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. That's what they've been able to do in the 4th, 5th, and the 6th for runs scored respectively. Here's the 0-2. That'll miss. Now it's 1-2 as the winds are really starting to pick up a little bit more here in Fargo. Saw a little bit of some rain make its way through, but you look at the forecast and the radar, a lot of yellow, some orange and green, and even a hint of red out there. From that Elbow Lake, Wahpeton, all the way through Valley City, as this one's be lined by the third baseman and caught by Moss with a snow cone clutch. Moss then looked to see if he can double anybody up. Carter Waitson with a loud out number 2, and a big out at that from the Bronco perspective, as it's now to Chris Hoyland. Hoyland has reached base twice, both on a hit by pitch. Hoyland will That was Clemens. For Hoyland so far today has reached base twice, both on a single, back in the second and in the fourth, with a run driven in the fourth as well. 1-0 pitch, that'll miss inside, 2-0, and Chris Hoyland will be more than welcome to take a walk here. Bring a runner in, make it a 2-run lead for Huzar on the mound. So 2 balls, no strikes. As Cordero sees this one on the outside. Eli Lyons throw to third with Moss. Not going to be in time. It's now 3-0. Carlos Correa has left the game in the Twins contest after colliding with Byron Buxton in Baltimore. The Twins still lead 3-0 top of the fourth inning. This one in there for a strike. Taken all the way was Hoyland. It's 3-1. We'll see if he takes as well on this pitch. And another walk brings in a large, valuable run. Here's the 3-1 offering. Swung on. That'll go foul. It's now full count and 3-2. Here's the 3-2 offering on the way from Cordero. Runners are going to go. Strike 3 looking, and Cordero pulls the string, and that'll retire the side as Hoyland is retired, but not before 3 runs come across for Northern Cass. And we got a new score on the Bank North scoreboard. It's Northern Cass 6, Lisbon 5, coming to the plate with the final 3 outs in this one, potentially in the top of the 7th.
The World of Outlaws late models return to the Norman County Raceway, Ada, Minnesota, June 28th. Ada Building Center LLC start to finish showdown. Presented by R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Enjoy the experience. Nationwide top 10 experience last year. Let's make it number 1 this year. World of Outlaws late models. Ada Building Center LLC start to finish showdown. Presented by R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Tickets now available. ncraceway.com.
It's safe to say we have it pretty good in the Drayton, North Dakota area. Growing sugar beets, making sugar, bringing a little sweetness to the world. Every day, American Crystal Sugar produces sweet products people love in a place we love to call home. It's a thing we like to call the sweet life, and we're proud to share it with you. American Crystal Sugar's Drayton facility has recently started offering a $4 per hour shift differential for rotating shifts. Go to AmericanCrystalCareers.com for more information.
Top of the 7th inning here on YourLiveEvent.com on the Bank North scoreboard. It'll be Ranke, Hoffer, and Lyons, the 7, 8, and 9 batters due up here for the Lisbon Broncos against Trey Huzar. Winner of this game will play again at 11 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. The loser of this contest will play at 3 o'clock on Saturday in a loser-out game against the winner of either the Ball Stars later today or Oaks. And then if you win that 3 o'clock game on Saturday, you're hoping to play in the 5 o'clock game as well. If you can win that, you'll be one of the 3 teams remaining here in the Region 1 baseball tournament. Lisbon Broncos got a solo home run by Jaden Howard in the last half of the top of the 6th when they were up at the plate looking for something here. Bottom third of the lineup, Ranke will take a strike. Has reached base twice on a walk and an error. Huzar with the 0-1 pitch. That'll be lined right to the second baseman, Osi. And there's 1 down. So 1 down here in the inning. As you will see, Jackson Hoffer 0 for 2 with the strikeout his last time up. The Broncos down to their final 2 outs here in the 7th. This one in there for a strike at 0-2. Metzger opened up the game, 3 1/3 innings of work, 45 pitches. Trey Huzar has pitched ever since. This one goes foul, now 0-2 against Trey. Able to get the home run, but other than that, a lot of strikeouts, ground outs here in his relief so far for the Jags. The 0-2 pitch, that'll miss. Now it's 1-2, all about finding a way to get to Saturday morning. If you can win that game on Saturday morning, you're making your way to the championship on Monday night. Here's the 1-2. I'll miss out of the zone, 2-2. And more importantly, if you win this game and the morning game on Saturday, you will have a loss to give, and you could still make your way to Newman Outdoor Field. The 2-2 swung on and miss, and Huzar gets another strikeout. He's got 6 in relief. There's 2 down here in the 7th. As you'll see, Jacob Lyons 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts. Last hope here for the Broncos. If Lyons can get aboard, it goes back to Cordero. And Huzar is 1 out away from Northern Kansas completing the comeback here in this Region 1 tournament. Swung on. Now it's 0-1. Jacob Lyons, a senior, going up against a senior in Huzar here for the Jags. The 0-1 pitch. That'll miss. That'll be 1-1. So we'll keep it at 1 ball and 1 strike here with 2 down. This one will one-hop the catcher. I'll now make it 2-1. Broncos looking for a runner at all costs here. 2-1 offering in there for a strike. It's 2-2 and now down to their final strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with nobody on in the top of the 7th. There's the offering from Huzar. This one will miss. Works the count full now at 3-2. Last batter to work the count full hit a home run in Howard. Back in the 6th for the Broncos. Lions worked the count full against Huzar's last time up. 3-2 pitch, check swing. Yes, he did. Went through the zone. The tag is applied by Carter Waitson, and that'll do it. And Northern Cass, the number 1 seed, takes down the number 4 seed here today in the Lisbon Broncos, 6-5. In a game that finishes here at 12:41. Northern Cass with the win as they have 6 runs on 9 hits with 1 error. Lisbon 5 runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors. Winning pitcher will be Trey Huzar. Picking up the loss will be Bittner. We'll continue after this on your liveevent.com.
Your softball or baseball skills to the next level with personalized instruction from the professional staff at the Ball Yard. Their mission is to provide area players, young and old, the opportunity to improve their skills in a professional level facility and to provide a high level of instruction to youth players to help them achieve their goals at the Ball Yard. Come and visit the one place in the Fargo-Moorhead area where it's always summer. For more information, go online to fmballyard.com. That's fmballyard.com.
Since its beginning, the Central Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. Through the years, that mission has brought in to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cass Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
As we get to our post-game show here today, brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway. Let's take a look at some of the finals here in this one. In a game that goes 1 hour and 36 minutes here today in Fargo. Again, winning pitcher Trey Huzar able to come on in relief and go 3 2/3 innings. He finished with 58 pitches, 1 hit, a run that was earned, no walks, and 6 strikeouts. Bittner will pick up the loss, going 5 1/3, 8 hits, 6 runs against, 5 walks, and 5 strikeouts here today for the Lisbon Broncos. So Lisbon falls here in this one to Northern Cass as we take a look at some of the finals here in this and get to some of our players and plays of the game as well. Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway, some of the best dirt tracks in the area. Norman County Raceway. For more information, go to normancountyraceway.com. Local races on Thursday night, while in Fargo, the races are on Friday nights at the Red River Valley Speedway starting at 7 o'clock. Go to redrivervalleyspeedway.com. As we go from there to our Enbridge Energy player of the game, we have a couple of them out for Northern Cass, finding ways to get on base and doing a nice job here in this one is Jacob Ossie. Ossie, part of that double play connection, turned a couple of them, got a couple of walks here, able to get on base with a single, got a run scored. He just was Mr. Consistent here today for Northern Cass and was doing some good things for him. Jacob Osee is going to be one of our players of the game here from the Northern Cass perspective. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Life takes energy. That again is Enbridge.com. From there, our Agassi Precision Egg play of the contest is the game-winning RBI hit by Trey Huzar to make it a 6-5 lead here for Northern Cass, and able to do so as well. Trey Huzar with the goods. He was able to get 2 runs driven in here today with a hit, 2 hits in this one. Goes 2 for 3 with that sacrifice fly. Again, Trey Huzar 2 for 3 at the plate, and he goes a nice innings as well with 3 2/3 with 6 strikeouts in relief. Trey Huzar is our Agassi Precision Egg player of the game with that particular base knock single to make it 6-5 there in the bottom of the 6th in the rally for Northern Cass, where they scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. For more information, go to Precision website at visit planterdoc.com. That's planterdoc.com, your local precision planting dealer, Agassi Precision Egg in Hillsboro. And our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection. The double plays turned in this one as Northern Cass turned a 6-4-3 in the first, a 6-4-3 in the second, and a 5-3 double play in the 3rd inning. They got 6 outs via the double play variety here today, and that is our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection. Discover local reliability you can trust at Halstead Telephone. And again, it's Halstead Telephone's website is halsteadtel.com. We'll take a quick break, and we come back after this. We'll continue on our post-game show Around the Corner, brought to you in part by Red River Valley Speedway and Norman County Raceway.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
There's more at 104. Hillsboro, North Dakota has everything you want in a hometown. Business opportunities, great jobs, and a top-notch school. Shovel-ready lots for your next idea. Great jobs in manufacturing, healthcare, and agriculture. An excellent education for your kids with small class sizes and lots of school spirit. Plus easy access to I-29 and the conveniences of North Dakota's largest cities. Build your future in Hillsboro and see why there's more at 104.
As we continue here on our post-game show, brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway here in this one. Cordero would go 0 for 2 with a walk. Eli Lyons with a double and a run score here today goes 1 of 3. Jordan Bittner goes 1 of 3 with a run scored. Jaden Howard goes 3 for 3 with 2 runs scored and also a home run back in the 6th. Colton Johnson 1 of 3 with a double and 2 RBIs. Elliot Welter 0 for 3. Cruz Ranke 0 for 2 with a walk. Jackson Hoffer goes 0 for 3, as well does Jacob Lyons. Northern Cass would finish with Metzger going 2 for 4 with a run scored and a run driven in. Jacob Osee able to reach base all 4 times. 2 walks, a single, and an error, and stolen base with a run scored. Trey Huzar goes 2 for 3 today with 2 runs driven in. Carter Wadeson goes 0 for 3, got on base with a hit by pitch. From there, Chris Hoyland goes 2 for 4. Sam Clement reaches base twice with a hit by pitch and a run scored. Matthew Hoppy with a double and a run scored. Parker Anderson here in this one with a hit by pitch with a couple of strikeouts. And then Cody Wadeson was able to get a single with a run scored here today as well for Northern Cass. Again, that's a look at some of your final lines here in this one. Reminder, post-game show brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway. You can check out the World of Outlaw late models on June the 28th in Ada. Tickets now available at normancountyraceway.com. That again is normancountyraceway.com. We'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, we'll get you set for what's still to come today here in Fargo. In post-game interviews, it looks like Northern Cass going to kind of get out of here in a quick little hurry with some of the weather upcoming here. Those interviews brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhb.bank. That again is dhb.bank. Still to come here later today. Coming up next, scheduled Central Cass and Kindred coming up here around the corner on your liveevent.com, and a game that was at 1 o'clock, but it'll be following that as both teams just getting their warm-ups in right now. Enderlin Oak Grove later this afternoon, then the Ball Stars of Hankinson, Fairmount, Campbell, Tinta, Rossholt, and the Oaks Tornadoes. That'll be the final here game of the day. Northern Cass picks up the win 6-5 over the Lisbon Broncos. They will play next at 11 o'clock in the morning of our next contest. The winner, they will play either against Kindred or Central Cass, while for the Lisbon Broncos, they will play the winner of either the Ball Stars or the Oaks Tornadoes. That'll be upcoming again on a Saturday, scheduled for a 3 o'clock first pitch. So that's a look at what's still to come here. Those interviews brought to you in part by, again, Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. That does it for our post-game show, brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway. When we come back after this, we'll get you ready for the Squirrels and the Vikings. That's around the corner here on your liveevent.com.
Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neillsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks, they make sure your vehicle gets the best standard of care to get it back on the road as quickly as possible. Lonnie and his team are some of the most highly trained in the industry. With state-of-the-art technology and superior products, your vehicle will leave in great condition. With their drive-in claims area, the process is smooth and easy. Let Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks provide you and your vehicle with premium care and attention. Open 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Abra Auto Body and Glass of Grand Forks.
Well, joining us now, Trey Huzar here. We got him before they got to the bus to put all their stuff away here for a little bit as they're getting ready for game number 2. This interview brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. Trey, for you guys, just take us through. You're down by 4 runs at one point in this game, able to get a run there in that third inning, make it 4-1. You kept coming, you kept knocking on the door. Just what did you see from your team to ultimately find a way to get a comeback win here and get one step closer to your ultimate goal?
I saw a ton of fight and a bunch of resilience. We really haven't been in that situation a ton this year, or much at all. So to see the guys keep fighting, and moods never got down, heads never went down, stayed up the whole time and battled back.
Take us through. Bases are full. What's going through your mind with the bases full in a tie ball game there in the 6th inning?
Honestly, just try not to do too much. Just hit a hard hit ball and play and see what happens.
What was going through your mind? What was the mood in the dugout in that bottom of the 6th inning, knowing you needed a run or two just to try to get the tie, but also try to take the lead? Just take us through what the message was from Coach Johnson and the senior leaders there in the dugout.
Well, we had put a bunch of good bats on ball in a couple innings before. We were starting to find our groove, so we kind of knew it was going to happen, and started off hot. I think Sam got hit, and just kind of went from there.
Biggest thing, I know a lot of times you hear in the media, what did you learn about your team in a game? But in a comeback game, in a postseason variety like this, early morning little brunch in baseball, what did you learn, Trey, about this team as you get ready for that game on Saturday morning?
There's a ton of fight, and we want it so bad. We want to go to state for the first time in a long time. It's kind of been our goal for years since we were freshmen. So we've been so close. We think this year's the year.
Hey, Trey, congratulations on the win. We'll let you go rest up that arm, and best of luck moving forward.
Perfect, thank you.
Trey Huzar with us here from Northern Cass. We'll continue after this. Here in a few minutes, we'll get to Central Cass, and alongside with them, Kindred coming up as the Squirrels and the Vikings will play the winner of Northern Cass as they beat the Lisbon Broncos 6-5 here today on your liveevent.com.